Right, the last test drive I had yesterday was curtailed because I lost all power, and this fuse box is probably why. I say fuse box, it's got two fuses in it, but if I can get you to focus, phone, it's not really good on the close-ups, is it? There we go. You can see it's very corroded up there, and it was struggling to get a decent connection, and the brake lights and wiper packed up the other day because this fuse was not getting a very good connection. So let's have that fuse out there. So 25 amp fuse in the bottom, and let's have a look at that. That's similarly crusty, so stage one is clean that up a bit. Right, just to eliminate this fuse box from our inquiries, I've literally just wired in a 25 amp fuse direct into those 2 points. So what happens now? We have ignition. So I think that confirms that there's a problem with this fuse board. So I might just get a simple fuse holder, and seeing as there's only 2 fuses, just replace those 2 with full fuses in a fuse holder and not bother with a fuse box. So it's charging now as well. It won't charge on idle just because the dyno start's not that powerful. But when I raise the revs, out she goes. Another day, another parts delivery even from Haflinger Technic. We've got a replacement condenser, although that one seems to be doing the trick, so I think I'm just going to hold that to one side at the moment. We've got an oil filter, which again seems a little bit smaller than what's on there, so we'll hope that will be alright. Be nice to get the oil filter replaced. Also got some cork gaskets for the rocker covers. I think both these rocker covers are leaking because the gaskets are utterly shot. There are subtle clues to this oil leak here and there, but I may have just about noticed. Also got some lower plates, so these are what bolt to the very bottom of the engine, so they go here and attach to the bottom of the cowling there, and effectively act as a barrier between the exhaust and the engine, which seems a good idea to me. And they also contain, they should have, and I was expecting them to have little scoops to help the air escape from the bottom of the engine. It doesn't, these don't seem to have that. Whether I can salvage them from the old ones, which are in my growing scrap pile over here. So there is one, and that's not bad. That might come off. Yeah, that's encouraging. And the one on the other engine as well also looks okay. It's just a little bent, so we'll have those scoops off, designed to stop muck flying up into the engine, I guess. And we'll attach them to these plates at some point. Right, having written up the minutes for the committee meeting I went to last night for the community bus group I'm involved with, I can now crack on with actually replacing the rocker gaskets. So here they are, nice cork gaskets. And one of the problems with a boxer engine, something I'm very well aware of with a 2CV, is when you remove these rocker covers, you will have oil trapped there. So really you should always get them off every time you do an oil change, because there's a little bit of oil in there, nice to get rid of. So that means the catch tank is necessary. Although from what I remember last time, this will probably try and drip oil all over the exhaust. We'll see how this goes. Right, where's my 13mm? This is another problem with this car, is it's a complete mixture of Imperial and metric, because metric European engine, Imperial old-fashioned British body. Makes it a lot of fun. Right, I'm going to put some gloves on and get started. Get the 13mm nut off, put that somewhere safe, and here we go. Will it drop? Oh, not too bad. I'll just drop everything on the floor. Torch, rocker cover, here we go. So this side, the gasket's fairly intact. I don't think it's been leaking, but as soon as I've got new gaskets, I think I'm going to fit them anyway, because these are really hard now. Also clean some of the muck out. I mean, that's interesting. An actual lump of crud. Ew. Okay. You might notice that access is a bit tighter on this side of the engine. Just get this nut out as well. And there's a very simple reason for that. The engine does not sit centrally in the chassis. This latch for the engine cover is on the centre line. So you can see the engine actually sits slightly offset to this side, which makes getting at this side made even more complicated by having this oil gubbins here, a bit more difficult. Right, let's see if we can get this cover off. Again, not much droppage, so that's good. Oh, just a bit. And unthread it from down there, probably drop it. Getting it from down here is probably going to be the best way of doing it. Oh yeah, we've got the added extra of that pipe. Come on, there we go. Breather pipe, which returns oil into the oil gallery via that bit. And you see this gasket is a right state. It's half off already. No wonder there's oil pouring out, I think. See, the oil's a bit creamy because I'm struggling to get it up to temperature. My driveway is not particularly long. It is particularly cold, and yeah, not massively successful. So I don't think that's going to be necessary for that bit, but just use the knife carefully just to prise the gasket free. Oh come on, the other one came off beautifully. There we go. That's all the gasket off, and we'll just run the knife around, try and get some of these scraggy bits off camera. Well, we've had the engine running, and don't seem to be any oil leaking that side. I've put a white bag down on this side to see if there's any oil leaking out, and I can't see anything. There's a bit of seepage going on here. Might try and tighten that lower bolt a bit on the oil filler, and that might be seeping a bit, but otherwise it's looking pretty good. Started on the button, is still chugging away a bit from idle, and having left her idling for a while to build the heat up a bit, that rocker cover was noticeably warmer than that one. So the theory about a sticky valve, or a valve that isn't shutting entirely on the inlet side, yeah, that could be bearing up. I mean, it clears as soon as the engine revs, but as soon as you let it idle again, it's chug 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 chug, which I'm not going to do just at the moment, because I think the neighbours have probably suffered enough this evening, revving a air-cooled engine to get the oil circulating. Not the friendliest thing you can do, I don't think so. I think we'll say that's enough for tonight. We should be glad that the oil seems to be staying in, and yeah, we shall work out what's going to be next on Project Invacar. Right, this is my old Mobius action camera, and I'm going to try and take you with me on a drive. So first of all, with the revs nice and low, we put it in reverse. There we go. That's that lever down there. And now comes the scary bit, where we raise the revs and the clutch engages. And down is stop, remember. Oh, bit of lock. Oh, all the lock. handbrake on, and we switch to forward gear. We apply all of the left lock, handbrake off, and hopefully she'll hold. There we go. More throttle. And stop. And she does stop pretty well, it must be said. Let's have a bit less choke now. Switch to reverse, handbrake off, and we can reverse back almost on the mirrors. An interesting driving experience for sure.